One thing that I think a lot of us experience at some point in college is FOMO, or fear of missing out. And especially if you're in a hard major and you have to work a whole lot, when you don't have time to go out and do social stuff on the weekends with your friends or go to parties or bars or other things like that, it can be very tempting to feel like you're missing out on some vital experiences that you won't be able to get back. And I can say I've definitely felt this feeling from time to time, when it was maybe a Friday night and I had a huge test coming up, so unfortunately I had to study. And then I'd see my friends, in less rigorous majors, sort of just going out, partying, having a great time, and I was just there stuck doing work. Now I think we actually want to deal with this problem in two ways, because we want to get rid of the FOMO. We don't want you upset about this or anxious that you might be missing out on things, so we want to sort of reframe it first. But at the same time, we still want you to go out and do things. We don't want you just studying all the time, because even the most productive people I know, even the people with the 4.0s who are studying hours a day, even they are still making some time for social activities and other things. So we're looking at it from two approaches. First of all, we want to get rid of the anxiety, reassure you that your work, all the work you're putting in is worth it and it's good for you. But at the same time, we want to set up some kind of regimen to make sure you're actually getting out and doing things. And now this sort of molds into my first point, which is you always want to make sure that at least once a week, you're going out and doing something fun. So even if you have to study a ton, you want to prioritize at least a little bit of time in your week for just going out and just doing something exciting with your friends. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to go to a crazy party. You don't have to go out drinking or anything excessive like that. But if you're studying for hours and hours and hours a week, it can be very easy to sort of just lose your morale and feel like everyone's having fun while you're just in studying. So you want to make sure that at least once a week, at least one time, you're going out and doing something that's genuinely fun to you. And this could be literally anything, as long as you're going out and doing something. So this could be going to the movies with some friends, going on a hike. Preferably we'd like to be something social, because usually FOMO kind of stems from this feeling of missing out socially, or that you're not making as many connections or as many friends as you should. So a good thing would be to go out with some friends, go have a fun time in a group, and do that at least once a week. And if you don't know exactly what to do, if you're on a college campus, you essentially have all these events just being thrown at you. So if you're not really sure what to do on the weekend, if you have a little bit of free time, if you just go around campus or look at the university's Instagram or something like that, usually there's going to be a ton of events all over campus, and you really just have to pick one of those. Just go out, try something new, and I promise you, it's going to give you a really fun time, and it's going to make you feel so much better the next time you're studying, because you're basically going to recall these times that you've just gone out and had a fun time, and it's going to remind you that your life isn't always just work, but you're also taking the time to go out and do things. And next time you feel a little bit left out, you'll just remember that you've had fun during these other times, and therefore you sort of gotten in your moderation, and now you're allowed to lock in again without feeling guilty that you're not doing enough. And my second piece of advice is to make a group of friends who like to study together. So I was very lucky during my time in college that I was actually able to form a group of friends who were all very studious, and we were all pretty busy, so very often we just all had to work together. And by having this group of people around me, it made study sessions feel like more of a hangout, because we were all just kind of goofing around, having a fun time while we worked. And whenever I felt that FOMO or that I was missing out on something, I kind of remembered that, the people I enjoy spending the most time with, I'm already here with them. So even if we're doing something a little bit boring, like studying for a test, these are the people I enjoy hanging out with. So it kind of diminished that FOMO because I was already with the people I love. And now, sort of to the same point, if you do have that group of people that you study with all the time, and you're not going out a huge amount, but you're just hanging out with each other for the most part, just getting work done, I think it's also very useful to take, one or two of those people and have a little thing where you essentially just hold each other accountable to get out and be social, like I said, maybe once a week. So you have your friend that you're always studying with, and you say to them, you know what, we should do something once a week. And you're basically there, you're holding each other accountable and making sure that you're actually getting out there and exploring, just having a fun time, at least a little bit, breaking up your study sessions. I have a friend like this, and we kind of like to joke between ourselves that, she always says to me, Ethan, you're carrying my social life, because I'll introduce her to a bunch of my friends, and then I'll say, you're carrying my social life because she'll bring me to a bunch of parties and clubs and other things that she's invited to. So just having that person that you can kind of force each other to go out and just do things, it's really useful in just getting rid of that FOMO. One thing that I've been doing lately, and this can be a little bit scary for some people, is I try to make friends in other ways besides through like big events that take a bunch of time. So it was funny because I noticed the busiest semester of my college experience, it was my fall semester of my junior year. I noticed during that semester I was going out the least because I had so much work. I literally was doing very little social events. But I noticed that I actually made the most friends of any semester during that time, which sounds like a little counterintuitive. You'd think, wait a second, like you're studying all the time, how are you meeting all these people? I basically just made it a goal for myself that since I wasn't going out a ton, I would just make friends in other ways. So maybe I'd be in the library studying something and I see someone studying for the same class and I'd essentially just introduce myself, start little conversations here and there. And very quickly, just people you see around campus, you'd be surprised how quickly they can just become good friends. I can honestly say that some of my best friends have just been people who were taking the same class as me and I just saw them studying one day and just went up to them and said hi. But the point I'm making is that if you're going to have to work a lot and you won't be able to make friends in some ways, such as going out constantly, finding different ways to make friends, whether it's this, going right up to people and just talking to them, or even through things like clubs, I think it's just super productive. I think it makes you feel so much better when you just have to study for hours at a time because you realize that even though you're not going to these huge events, you're still able to just make friends and have a good time. And it really just completely gets rid of that feeling of FOMO. What we're essentially trying to do here is find loopholes. So we're trying to find ways that you can feel fulfilled and like you're having a good time and being social and just getting out there without doing too many activities that are going to take up a huge amount of your time. Now, the first three things we've discussed are substitutions. The first one, just going out, making sure at least once a week you're doing something fun. The second one, just surround yourself with a group of people who like to study so your study sessions feel a lot more like hangouts. And the third one, if you can't go out to parties and stuff, if you don't have enough time, just finding other ways to make friends, whether it's just quickly going up to someone, starting a conversation. There are so many ways to substitute these large time-consuming tasks like partying, going out to shows and stuff. There's so many ways to make these a lot faster so we can save time for ourselves, prioritize our studies, while still getting in that social activity that we need. And now, like I said at the beginning, reducing FOMO, it sort of comes in two parts because first of all, we have that action-based plan that we just discussed where you're actually going out and you're doing things and you're just feeling better socially because you're actually, making friends and just having a good time. That's one aspect of it. The second part is sort of reframing it mentally. And what that means is regardless of actual action or what you're going out and doing, just getting those thoughts of FOMO and finding a way to sort of just reduce them on the spot immediately without having to take any kind of action. And one thing that I think is super useful for that is just reminding yourself of why you're studying and why you're doing what you do. What's your end goal? What do you want to accomplish? If you have these like really amazing, grandiose goals, just remind yourself of that daily because if you're studying and you feel that you might be missing out, if you remind yourself why you're doing this and why it's so important for you, then you'll feel so much less of this fear of missing out because you'll just remind yourself that there's so much more important stuff going on. Your goals are so large and it makes sense that you're spending all this time working on them. So now just to summarize, if you want to get rid of FOMO, we have to look at it from two different angles. First of all, we have to go out and take the actions that will make us feel less upset socially because we're actually doing things, we're making friends, and we're having a good time. We'll have memories to look back on, and we're able to balance our studies with a little bit of social activity just to keep it balanced. The second part is essentially just a mental game. You're reminding yourself why you're working so hard towards your goals, and whenever you study and get that sense of missing out, you remind yourself, you realize that what you're doing is for a purpose, and then you can kind of bring yourself down and refocus. I really hope these tips are useful for you guys. I think they've been extremely helpful for me just in my years going through college because I can say that gradually over time, my feelings of missing out have definitely gone down just because I've been able to find ways to make friends, through other routes, not constantly having to go out and risk my grades. And I think once you can just learn how to be social in other ways, like I said, loopholes, I think it makes the whole experience so much more enjoyable. Because if you're watching this, I would assume you have big goals. And one thing that we only have a limited amount of is time. So we have to prioritize what we're doing with our time. But at the same time, if we can find ways to be social in that time, it's just so much better for us. Now, if you're still here, I really appreciate you watching to the end. If you like videos like this, you should subscribe because there's going to be a whole lot more soon. But until then, I'll see you guys.